Hi, this is 365 and this is a vlog video for my 801 readathon. So hi, this is 365 if you don't know me, I'm now hosting a readathon. I'm really excited. I'm so excited. And this is going to be a vlog. Maybe it's going to be the first vlog. I'm assuming it's going to be the first vlog because I plan on reading a lot this week. So I talk a lot, so these videos get super long, and I would prefer not to have a 6-hour long video to have to export from my poor little old computer, which is busy doing something just now. It's actually moving some files over anyway. So yes, hi. I'm kind of at odds with myself, so I'm just going to be like, this is a messy vlog. It's going to be, I have just said goodbye to a family member who was coming to visit, so they've literally just left, and now I kind of feel like, okay, I need to do a bit of tidying, a bit of organising, but I'm also kind of, you know, when someone leaves, you've had people in your house and now you're kind of like, oh, there's no one else here, it's just me again. So I kind of feel like that, boo, but also, oh, I've got so much to do. Because they were just here, I don't feel like I'm quite as prepared for this readathon as I was going to be if I'd done the things that I was supposed to do. Anywho, I also have literally just finished another vlog that I'm going to be editing at some point today, or maybe over the next couple of days. That's going to be a Patreon exclusive going up on my Patreon. I have a Patreon, and it'll be like a Summerween extension because I got some library reserves in that I've been waiting for, and they didn't come in time for Summerween, but they did come in time for like the little space between Summerween and August. So yes, hi, happy 801 day. It's 801 day, and I'm already super excited. I've already been on social media way more than I'm supposed to be. Anyway, I'm going to start my first read. It's going to be a buddy read. And it's the Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation, the comic version, and I'm super excited about it. And it will also tick off the media challenge of a non-Japanese BL. And we'll see if we can find anything for the treasure hunt bingo board as well. So I'm kind of excited about it. I have had it for a wee while now, and it's just been like, oh, just read me. But in terms of the other things I've got, I do have the novel version, which I'd like to read. I still haven't done the little tags, so I need to do the tags for that. And I also have a reread of Check Please, and I have volume 5 of Fence. So these are some of the other things that I will probably be reading, maybe not today, but over the course of this week, that are non-Japanese BL. And I have so much stuff. But yeah, I'm going to just chill out because I've just done some emailing and stuff like that I needed to do. And kind of calm myself down and get ready for the day and all the fun I'm going to have. And I'm going to read this and get it done. Get my first buddy read of the week done. Because I think I've got a few, maybe. So yeah, let's get this done first. So I finished this one already. It didn't take me very long. I've obviously seen some of the images as it's been going around, as it was being released. And so I kind of do recognise the art style. It feels very accurate to the book in some respects. But it feels slightly shortened just because of the medium that it's, and the chapters are super short. But it is, oh, there was just a couple of moments you're just like, oh, and then another moment you're like, oh, and I want to find it. It was just like, oh, just made me feel kind of sad. Here it is. So he was being a bit of a nuisance as he is wont to do, and then he says that the young man leading the group seems particularly promising, Who among that terrifying group of sticks in the mud known as the Lan Clan could have raised such a junior? It's so good. Just makes me like, oh. And there's a couple of comedic moments with especially with all of the juniors. The juniors are just funny. They're just comedic relief. But yeah, it's very accurate in terms of the story, but just in a slightly like reduced way. But I gotta say, I'm loving the chibis. I might put this down as a contender for Chibi-tober, which I'm hoping to bring back this October. I want to do Chibi-tober again, and draw chibis, draw chibis again. Draw chibis again for the treasure hunt though. Hold on, I'll have to see what could this have been. Okay, so I got my paper. So I went through the uniform. All the ones from Lan Clan wear a uniform. There's a transformation from obviously Mo Jianyu into Wei Wuxian. That was a big transformation scene. And then into into corpses. There was ties, so like the hachimaki, what's it called? The head ribbon and like obi belts and things that could be classed as a tie. There was animal ears on the donkey, but I don't really see that as being accurate because I want to see animal ears or animal characteristics on a human. And traditional dress. Perfect. Plenty of traditional dress there. There was a shrine, obviously, with the shrine maiden. The shrine of the heavenly maiden, something like that. It's very supernatural. Lots of supernatural goings on. And I did find flowers as well, quite near the beginning. When they're all having their showdown. Isn't this funny? Isn't it great? I love it. So yeah, when they're in here, there's these big vases at the back full of flowers. So spotted flowers as well. So already quite a few things just from the one read. And that's the kind of point of the treasure hunt, that you could read one thing and you could actually technically get quite a few different things. So yeah, definitely a good read so far. I have also picked up the book. I then went through them all, because if you went through, it was like 43 or 44 pages. So instead of just reading, isn't it nice? Such pretty pictures. Chapter 1 goes from page 9 to page 13. So it's just here, page 1, which is actually 9 through to page 12. So it's not, there's not a lot. So I might try and see if I can read this tonight, just before I go to bed. But it's all organised now, which I feel better. But I think I will go on to read something else, but I don't know what to read next. I might do the other buddy read. I'm going to be doing Change World with, so I might do Sayonara Game. That's probably a good choice to make. So before I get stuck in, because this is quite a chunky boy, I do have my Instagram challenge to make. So I wanted to do photos, and I might do a few today. I don't know. I might just do the one today. So it's my TBR. So I already did a video on my TBR, so I might just use the ones from my July haul video. I'll put a link because they weren't included in my original like TBR video, because I still had a couple of things to do. So I'll go and get the books that I'm gonna read that were not on my original TBR, that I'm gonna add to my TBR. I don't know if I can do a complete one because it's so big. Am I going to get through them all? No. But am I going to have fun trying? Yes. So let's go and let's see if I can make a nice photo to put on Instagram. So I've tried to make it look nicer. There's someone doing some work outside. Just ignore them. They're having a good time. The sun is shining finally after a long time. So yeah, trying to use my flowers. I might just get my other one out and see if I can get a couple of more of the ones for the rest of the week done. Because the flowers are just looking great. But yeah, I'm going to post that on social media now. So that's the start of my Instagram challenge that needs to be done. And because it's so sunny and bright, I can get some nicer pictures done, I think, until we get rain again. But yeah, so here's some of the newer ones that I picked up in July that's going to get added to my TBR. Okay, so I've got a cat on my windowsill screaming at me. I found out her name. I found out her name is Poppy. She's staring at me and meowing, being a general nuisance, but she's super cute. Anyway, I have started Sayonara Game. I've done a few other tasks and things that I needed to do. I feel overwhelmed. But I've started this. It's quite chunky. It's a chunky boy. But what is this? What is this? Bottom of the 9th, and the Mariners are at bat with 2 outs and a player on first and third. Surely that would be the Seattle Mariners, right? Have I opened this and come across... Why? I mean, I know it's obviously a Japanese commentator, so maybe their pronunciation isn't perfect if he's in Japan and it's a Japanese commentator, but I mean, who translated? I mean, this... Who translated this? Once again, I'm gonna go check the translator. I'm such a stick in the mud about things like this. David Evelyn. Oh, I don't think I've ever seen that name. Anyway, 2021. Isn't this just... Maybe they're not allowed to use the actual name of the Mariners. That would make sense, right? So it's not an error. It's just like WcDonald's instead of McDonald's, right? Right? Mariners instead of the... I was just like, that's so weird. Why doesn't it just say the Mariners? Seattle Mariners, right? Is right? I don't know. Anyway, that was funny. So I'm going to read this and then we're going to get something to eat because I'm a little bit hungry now. And it's getting later in the day, even though it's gorgeous, sunshiny day today. So nice. So yeah, very sunshiny. I'm happy that I'm going to finally get to read this. So I finished Sayonara Game by Minaduki Yu. This is the story of Arimura and his reconnection with his kohai from when he was at school in the baseball club, which is Yosuke. It's kind of interesting here. Arimura is his last name. This is a point I just need to get it out there. I need to get it out there. Arimura is his last name. His name is Ikuo. Isn't it? His mum calls him. I'm pretty sure his mum calls him that. Yeah. Ikuo. So his name, his first name, his like given name's Ikuo. He's called Arimura. Yosuke is his given name. But why do they call him Arimura and call him Yosuke? Shouldn't it be Arimura and Ito? Because his name is Arimura Ikuo and his name is Ito Yosuke. So it's I don't understand why they're using a first name for one character and a last name for another. It doesn't make any sense. And unfortunately, they do that throughout. Especially when his sister calls him Arimura. When she's talking about him, she doesn't... Here's one of the multiple instances when she's like, that day you two were supposed to go to the ball game, Arimura told me to give you a message. But she wouldn't call him Arimura because she's called Arimura. You wouldn't use your last name to describe your brother. You would use his given name. So Ikuo. So you would call him Ikuo. Or you would call him Ni-san or Ni-chan or Ich-chan or Iku-chan. You would call him something that is not your last name because that's your name too. So yeah, there was definitely points in time throughout this that I noticed that there was the naming convention was not followed or appropriate. Now that might have been a direct translation from the Japanese. Possibly. Who knows? But if that's the case, then you should change it for the English version. It shouldn't just be a direct translation, because then it doesn't make sense. If there's an error in the Japanese, you should still be changing it. So I'm wondering, did anyone else pick up on this? Please tell me someone else picked up on this. Please tell me I'm not the only one who's like, hold on, that makes no fucking sense. Why is she calling him that? So yeah, the whole thing is Yosuke is his given name and Ikuo is his given name, and that's how they should be referred to. But even here, you can see that it's a mixture of the two, and that doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. I don't get it. But I did enjoy this. This was really good. I really enjoyed Sayonara Game. It's quite a chunky boy. And so there is quite a lot of story in it. And it was a lot of fun. And it's got some of the things that I absolutely love in it. So many things. So many BL tropes. But also it's got the things that I enjoy just in romance in general. And that is, well, male romance in general. And that is gay pining, gay panic, bisexual weakening. Love it. Love it. Love it. So I had a lot of fun with this. So I'm really looking forward to doing the buddy read of Change Worlds after this, because I've got 2 volumes to read for that. And so it's like the continuation of their story. But how would they do if we were using the treasure hunt? Well, there's uniforms, because it's a baseball. That's second chance. No, I wouldn't even say that second chance Robbins. It's first chance, because he's like falling first and hard. It's like, anyway, uniforms, because they were in high school together, and there's flashbacks to that time, and they were wearing baseball uniforms. There's definitely underwear, because some of the underwear gets dirty. There was also condoms and lube, and I was like, good. And there was also times when there was not condoms and lube, and I was like, okay. There was definitely ties, because they're now salary men, making their way in the world. There was animal ears as a little like omake extra. I gotta find it. Here we go. Animal ears, boom! And I didn't expect it, so it was really good. And here it is again with his animal ears, just as a little extra. Definitely sports equipment because of the baseball, and also some wheels, because there was a moment when he picked him up in a car. If I can find that as well. Here we go. Boom. Boom. So yeah, there was, I won't show the underwear, because like I said, well, there was another one. I could maybe show, I could maybe show the underwear in this way. There we go. Hanging up after being washed. Perfect. I'm gonna have to take photos of all these things. So far I'm doing quite well. Have I got a bingo? I don't know. I'm gonna have to check. But I'm certainly doing well. And I don't know what I'm gonna read next. I am gonna read this, but I'm gonna read it later on tonight. But I'm hungry, and I need to make something to eat. Now, I have no idea what I'm going to eat for dinner, but I just thought I would show you all what I got yesterday. Lidl do these boxes, and they're such great value. So I got like a huge big box, £1.50, so good. So I got a bag of carrots and some spring onions. They're looking a bit scabby, so I'm going to put them in water and take off all the bad bits. A bag of limes, a bag of lemons and limes, some onions, some kiwi fruit. I'm going to put them in the fridge. A melon, a whole cabbage. I'm so going to enjoy that. A bag of these lovely, cute, sweet red peppers. And I got the 2 avocados as well. So there's loads of like more kiwi fruits and stuff in there. So yeah, it's actually really, really good. I have no idea what I'm going to eat for dinner though. I don't even think I'm going to be eating any of this stuff. But I am going to have to put it in the fridge and sort it out. So that's what I'm doing now. While I'm going to kind of raid my fridge and the cupboard and see what I've got. I've got plenty of food. It's just almost like too much to even decide what I'm going to have. So yeah, but it's pretty good, right? Very chuffed with these boxes. If you can get them in your area, Lidl do really good. Like on the out, they're either going to chuck them in the bin or sell them for a bit cheap. And you get a really good mix of random fruit and veg. So I had a wee look to see what it would cost to get the two Danmei novels that Monogatari Novels is putting on sale for today, and for today only 20% off, and that's how much it would cost. Also, the shipping to the UK is £7.88, which is really, really good. So yeah, you would end up saving like £6.81, so almost £7, which is the price of the shipping. So that's pretty good. So I'm quite happy about that. And that's the special edition in English of How to Survive as a Villain, Volume 1, and The Silent Concubine, Volume 1 as well. So that's pretty cool. So I thought I would have a wee look to see what it would be, because they're doing a sale on at the moment. As is Sublime, as is lots of BL game suppliers. So there's lots of bargains to be had. But this is the one that I'm like, oh, I really, really want to get this. So I'm kind of thinking, do I want to? I'm going to have a wee think about it. But it's a really good price. And I really do want them. But they won't be available until they're available, which might be sometime next year. So I'm having a bit of a random dip thing. It's kind of funny. This is what was left over when my family member came to visit. We have some Polish pretzel sticks. And I'm literally just eating that whilst watching Kayla from Books and Lala. And also because while I had my family visiting, we rewatched some of the first season of Only Murders in the Building. And of course, one of the characters just eats dip all the time. So that's what we were doing. Just eating dip and watching Only Murders in the Building, which I might end up watching a bit of this week as well. But yeah, I'm going to carry on with Kayla and then choose my next read, because I've only read 2 things already today, and it's almost 9, and I feel like that's not enough for my own readathon. Seeing as my TBR is huge. So good morning. It is the next day. It's actually quite late in the morning because I'm just feeling a little bit tired, probably hormonal, that kind of thing. It is what it is. Anyway, I went to bed last night to read some of this, and then I continued into today just to get my 2 days done. So I have them organized. So these are the tabs for the different days. Or I could have read it by chapter, because the chapters are 7 in an appendix. And I was like, well, that's like a chapter a day. But chapter 1 is so short. That's it. That's chapter 1. And even chapter 2 is pretty short as well. Chapter 2, I think it doesn't even make it very far. There we go. That's to chapter 2, chapter 3. Here. So it's not a very big one either. So anyway, I've read to page 88, and I gotta say, it's considering I just read the comic version, we're not even at the end of where the comic version is. So the comic version continues on to probably about, I don't know, maybe here. Maybe to the end of chapter 3. Yeah, maybe not even, maybe actually about here-ish. So that's, I would say this is the comic version. And then I have to keep reading. So yeah, I've got quite far in. Was that nice? It's nice. And I am enjoying it, and it is quite nice. I did buy this in Waterstones when it first came out. And I've been a bit a bit cheaper. I've been a bit of a cheap ass for the rest of the volumes. Because like I said, I've already read this. So this is kind of a reread. But I am going to watch something, an anime today, or animated program today. That's my plan anyway. But if I have time, I also need to get some reading done. Now, I've read Dick Fight Island Volume 1, but I've not read Dick Fight Island Volume 2, and that's one of the ones I want to read today. But I also think I might read False Memories, which would be a reread and a buddy read. And maybe Change World. I don't know. I'll have to check with is it Sarah who I'm doing the buddy read with? I'm doing the buddy read with False Memories with a couple of people. So I'll have to check with them as well. But I think False Memories today is what's happening. And I'm doing another buddy read with someone else. I have been so disorganized. Seeing as I had a visitor, I was like going to use the days that she was here to be like, oh, I'll be fine. And even if she's here, it'll be fine. I'll spend my time making sure that I'm organized. No, I'm not organized at all. In my own readathon. But I do want to, because it's just this one volume. And this I think is going to be a fairly quick read. But I am having a cup of coffee and a Danish pastry, a lovely pecan Danish, which is one of my favourites. So yeah, I will have something proper and more substantial later, but I will be moving on to more because I'm feeling like, hold on, we're on day 2 already. How many have I got? And I'll have to keep an eye out on what prompts these will actually fulfill. Probably quite a few. Or in terms of this is the manga, but in terms of the treasure hunt bingo board, what will I find? I don't know. So that'll be good. So yeah, that's my check-in. I'll let you know how volume 2 goes. I'm excited about it because it's been out for ages and it's been like, it's just a 2-volume series. It's just like, just buy it so you can actually have the complete set done and also read it. So yeah, I'll check in when I've finished. So I just finished Dickfight Island volume 1, which was a reread. And there's a few things. I got to the end and I was like, I don't think there's anything in here. Oh, my treasure hunt. But I'm like, underwear, yes, they have thongs on. They have no thongs on. They have other kinds of things. But there's definitely underwear and it's on show. And there was a glasses character. He's on the cover of volume 2. Dark hair and glasses. Perfect. I wasn't sure if the leaves could have been a fan or if they were just there to stop shade and stuff like that. And so I don't think that's right. So I'm just gonna take that off. No. And also there were animal characteristics, and I said that should have been animal ears, but one of the characters, we have to be careful about what they look like. Here it is. There's like, is that animal ears? And this one here has like aquatic things on the side of his head, which are animal characteristics. So I don't know, is that animal ears? Like pretend animal ears? It's still, I think that counts. There was definitely traditional dress, although it's not traditional in our obvious thoughts, but that's traditional for these make-believe islands. And there was definitely a size difference. I mean, there's general size. There's the general size difference. They're all quite hunky. They're all quite, so there's a bit of size difference for some of them in terms of the fighting that goes on. This is a battle manga after all. But then there's also size differences in other areas as well. And I did say, whatever you choose to look at is your business. So yeah, reread of this. I really enjoyed it again. It was fun. This is only the second time I've read it. And it is stupid. It is silly. But it is a battle manga at heart. And that's what's fun. So I like that. So yeah, I don't know. But it kind of feels like it's a conclusion. So I wonder what is going to be in volume 2. Is it just going to be more of their story? So I'm kind of interested in that. So yeah, Dickfight Island Volume 2 is now going to get read. So I've now finished Dickfight Island Volume 2, and it's very different. So Dickfight Island Volume 1 is the tournament, and it's a very complete kind of story. Whereas Volume 2 is what happens to them afterwards. And I think that's kind of a nice thing to have a whole volume that just deals with that, because there's so many characters and you want to pair them all off, and so it's like who gets with who and what happens and all that kind of stuff. So I did enjoy it. It was fun. It was nice to have that to go back. There's a lot more sex in this one. It's like they've all discovered the prostate, which is funny. But it is very pretty and very beautiful, and lots of bodies on show, which is nice. And I forgot that transformation is in volume 1 as well. It's in both of them. There's a transformation, like I said, that was one of the prompts. It could be a magical transformation, or it could be an image change transformation. And that's definitely in both of them, where you see one of the characters kind of changes personality when he gets excited and kind of lets one of the gods kind of possess him, and so he has a personality transformation when he becomes much more forthright and aggressive, when he's generally fairly meek and mild. And then there's also the image change. He, bulks up and works out and changes his hair and makes himself look as attractive as he can because he's got a crush. So transformation is in both of them. Underwear again. This volume, lots of condom and lubes involved. And I'm like, yeah, great. Glad to see that. Ties, we definitely have people wearing more clothing because the settings change, and so you do see some of the characters wearing like suits with ties. The glasses character is obviously there. There's the pet of the little dragon, which I forgot was actually in this one as well, but I didn't know if that was his pet or if that was just a little dragon, but it turns out it is like his pet. So there was also a cabedon, although it wasn't necessarily a wall he was cabedoning against, so it wasn't really a what I don't know, what is the word, the wall, cabe? That's the word, isn't it? The cabe. So it wasn't really a cabedon. It was against a tree, and so that would be a keydon, I guess, because tree is key. I guess. But it was definitely the feeling of a cabedon. It was the essence of a cabedon. And then once again, obviously traditional dress and size difference as well. Size in all aspects of whatever you want to call it as. So yeah, Dick Fight Island, happy to have both of these copies, happy to have both of them read in my collection now. This is great. I do want to read what I'm buying, but I also want to read what's in my collection, and it's nice when you've got a series read and done. Dick Fight Island was good fun. So yeah, I'm going to read one now that I've already done, so it's a reread, and I'm going to post that on social media as well. I don't think I'm getting through all of these as fast as I want because I am doing a lot of social media stuff. I'm like, oh. So yeah, being a Readathon host is different to actually just taking part in the Readathon. And I'm like, oh, I want to read all this stuff, but I don't feel like I'm gonna, because it's already later in the day than I want it to be. And I'm thinking, you have a really long TBR. Are you going to get everything done? I don't know if I'm going to get everything done. We shall see. I will try. But my next read is a reread that I was planning on rereading and I want to reread. And it'll be my post for underrated, because it is. So I did, I thought I'd get all comfy. So I did come up here into my room to get a better, actually it's much better if I do that. There we go. Just to get all comfy while reading this, because this is like a favourite reread, and it could have been in the reread prompt, but it's also one that I've reread, and people don't talk about it, and I'm like, guys, it's just, look how beautiful that is. Such stunning artwork. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. I just love the artwork. I don't know if I do that. You can really see the detail. Isn't that fantastic? Look at the detail. So gorgeous. Anyway, this book is everything. I love it. I will reread it and just, it's one of my favourite in the collection. And I know I need to do a favourites video. But it's really hard when someone's like, what's your favourite? And you have to think of something off the top of your head, and I'm like, I don't know. And then I think if I went into every drawer and had to like tier rank everything in each of the drawers, that would like pick out the top 10 in each drawer. That might be something, and then like have like a tier. And that's a whole video series, isn't it? tier ranking every drawer I have. Yeah, that might be a video series I need to do. Tier ranking everything. This is gonna end up at the top, no matter what. It won't be my number one, or will it? Because I love it so much. I love everything about it. So this is Cute Devil. We follow Akiyoshi and Fuchan. His name is actually Toru Akiyoshi, so Akiyoshi is his last name, and Futa Naruse. So he gets called Naruse, but he also just gets called Futa or Fuchan because he's super cute, but he's the devil in disguise. Except he's not. That's kind of the thing. Cute devil. He is. He's gorgeous. He's so cute. The eyelashes on him. The eyelashes. He is a devil in disguise to the majority of people, but he's not to the people he loves and he cares about. So all of his family members know that he has an appalling personality, and his best friend also knows that he's kind of awful, but his best friend doesn't see him as awful, so that's kind of an odd thing. It's just the way, it's just their relationship is very interesting. He kind of hero worships him, so that's why. But he does also show Akiyoshi that he is a devil. So it's like he loves him, he likes him, he wants him, there's weird, it's very psychological. They're not sane. Neither of them are, actually. They're kind of a bit twisted. And that's what he liked about him, that he was twisted. And he didn't hero worship him, or he didn't find him cute. He didn't fawn over him in any way, because he knows he's attractive, but in a feminine faced kind of way, and he doesn't like that about himself. So when he sees someone else who's even more feminine and effeminate and cute and delicate and sweet and smells nice and has gorgeous eyelashes, he doesn't find him manly, and because he's got complex about that, he kind of looks down on him, and he's like, bitch. He literally is like, you fucker, you're supposed to fawn on me like everyone else, but you didn't. And I kind of find that more interesting, and so he ends up looking at him more and finding out, oh, it's because he's gorgeous too. And but we don't know all about that until about halfway through. He's awful to him, but that's what I like. That's what I like about some of these books. So like, you can have all of these awful BL tropes in a book and still like it because of the way that it's presented. And I like this is because he's honest with Akiyoshi about the fact that he is a walking red flag. He is a red flag, and he's the one waving it. Like, hey, I am this awful person. This is my personality. I want what I want, and I'm going to get it. And what I want right now is you. And that's it. He's like honest about it. There's no duplicity. There's no hypocrisy. He pretends to be fancy and cute and sweet to everyone else, but he never really lies to Akiyoshi, except from the very beginning when he's trying to manipulate him. But even when he's trying to manipulate him, he's being honest about it. He's honest about his manipulation. That's what I love about it. It's a breath of fresh air in that respect. That's why I like, is it Jae Kyung in Jinx? I mean, I like that he's a walking red flag and he's the one waving it. I like my alpha assholes to be alpha assholes right out there, loud and proud, especially to the people that they're being assholes to. They're like, yeah, this is who I am, bitch, deal with it. You know, it's like, that's the kind of toxic person I can respect. It's the toxicity that is steeped in gaslighting and manipulative abuse that then kind of is hypocritical. It's not what I like. I don't like those kinds of characters. Whereas he's an interesting character because he is so out there with his awfulness. It's so good. And I'm so disappointed that we only got the first book in the series, because there's like 4 or 5, because he's got older brothers. He's got older brothers. They have like a continuation of their story when they go to college. Then there's the older brother story with the friend's story, and then the other older brother. So yeah, there was like several other volumes that we never got in English, which was a real shame, because I actually really like Hiro Madarame's work, and I think she has another one coming out. Is it like a 3-volume story called Romeo, and June Manga have it? But I don't know anything about it, other than I will probably pick it up, because it's been a long time since we had any Hiro Madarame work in English published. And I'm not too sure, is it Hiro Madarame or is it Watanabe Asia? Is it Watanabe Asia? It's one of them. They're both very similar in their kind of floaty, big-eyed, doe-eyed. Anyway, this is gorgeous. This is wonderful. This is lovely. It makes me laugh every time I read it. Even all the rereads. You know, like some comedy, you just pick it up and you're like, well, that was joke was funny the first time. No, I still laugh every time, and I think it's because of the physicality of the comedy and how so much of it is ridiculous and over the top, and a lot of the chibis are just like, look at this. This is him having goosebumps. That's how she's drawn him having goosebumps, and him with his huge big eyes, and that's him pretending to be how he was before. Ooh. Anyway, we got in Cute Devil, we've got a uniform, obviously, but it is Gakuran. And we've got a transformation, because he goes from being this cutesy one to this more manly one. We've got flowers. We did get some flowers. It was in the because he's usually got flowers or sparkles or bubbles around him when he's being cute. I mean, he's so funny when he's super... Look at this. That's him got some sparkles around him. He just said he wanted to have sex with him. Oh, and then it's like the cabidon. Boom. So yeah, we've got a flower here as well. So yeah, we've got flowers and bubbles. Bubbles was in the shower as well. I was like, he had a shower. Was there no bubbles? And there was. I was like, yes, yes. Tie, the teacher had a tie on, and the what are they called? Hosts at the host club had ties on. A glasses character. He is the epitome of the glasses character. He is part of he's like the class representative. He is on the student council. He is you know, someone who studies and works hard, and is what's the word for it? The like the straight man for the comedy pieces, where it's set up and he'll do the tsukome, that kind of thing. There was a kabedon. There was cake when Fu-chan went over to his house. His mum gave him cake. There was sports equipment, because they had volleyball PE session. There was talk about chocolate on the very first page. Well, it wasn't the first page, because look at this gorgeous artwork. This is gorgeous artwork, and it's lovely. Oh, love it. So yeah, this is him as a wee baby. 3 or 4. He says, "How 3 years old? Give me the just hand over the chocolate, lady." So yeah, they mentioned the chocolate straight away. And of course, size difference, because there's a difference in their size here, and then there's a difference in their size here. And yeah, it's the same character. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. I've got a few things to do. I need to edit video. Oh, that needs to get... Yeah, I need to do some stuff and editing. And I also... need to read some things. I've got some. Anyway, I'm hungry. I'm gonna get something to eat. I'm feeling my brain is not working properly. I need more food. So yeah, I'm gonna get something to eat. So I took a little break from reading manga to edit my Summerween extra reading vlog. That's going to be a Patreon exclusive. And I thought I would also take a little break from reading manga and go to lesson, because it's the second today. So we've got Jinx and Love is an Illusion up. I gotta get them. I gotta read them now. So, while I'm fiddling around with my video editing, I'm gonna have a little quick read of this. So yeah, I'm still reading BL. It's even more BL in more forms. So not manga. This is in the non-Japanese format, and I'm so excited. This is gonna be great. I'm gonna start exporting my video in a wee bit, but I have already finished reading Side Story 3, number 15, Fargo Love's an Illusion. And there's actually quite a few things in just this one chapter that would probably come up on the bingo board. So I think there was a cake, there was a glasses character, oh, what else was there? Kind of technically boyfriend shirt, but not boyfriend shirt because because it's a Megaverse, it was a whole pheromone thing. So he's not wearing the shirt, but he does have a shirt and is smelling it. I think sniffing. I'm gonna have to write that down as things that come up in BL, and sniffing shirts is a thing. Because that was in Sayonara game as well. And at the time I was like, you should write this down. Because sniffing your boyfriend's shirt or the person you fancy's shirt or jumper or sweatshirt or something like that is a thing in BL. It's always. So I need to make a list of ones where that happens. And so it was in this chapter as well. But look at Buell. He is the cutest. He is just the sweetest. Look at the sweet face. He is just so cute. And Hyosung just being the two of them together are just so cute. So yeah, this chapter I'm gonna have to go through it and go through my list and take photographs of the things. But it actually did. It came up with quite a few things. I think there might be wheels, maybe even as well. Maybe not. I'm not sure. I'll have to check. There was a hotel, but it wasn't a love hotel. It was just a normal hotel. And I don't think there was a tie, but I'll have to recheck because there might have been a tie on the glasses character. So yeah. So there's a few things. But now that I've read Love is an Illusion, and this was a great chapter, and I'm so happy. I'm in a good place. I love Love is an Illusion, and I know it's not for everyone, but for me, it gives me that little dopamine hit that I need to just feel so good. And like I said earlier, I was feeling a wee bit down, a wee bit low energy, and probably hormonal. And yeah, this just perks me up, just makes me feel really good. And I just love it. I love it. It's so cute. Look at him. He's super cute. So now I've got my cute dosage. I can go on to my horny dosage because Jinx also has an episode up. I need to read. We'll see what that comes up with in if there's any treasure hunt bingo prompts in that one either. It's like, I don't know. We'll have to find out. My heart is broken. Oh no. Oh, I didn't know she did Secret Star. I mean, obviously BJ Alex, but Jinx should be taking a break for one episode. Thank you for your understanding. It is summer. That's okay. Oh, that's a shame. So looking forward to it, especially after last week. The last 10 days ago, we had what's his name? Jake Young in glasses. Oh, very expensive glasses, like $3,000 glasses. Woo! That was hot, but she's obviously hot as well. Very hot and tired from the summer. Oh, gutted. That was like literally the last time we had it was a Saturday as well. So I was like, oh my god, are we gonna get Jinx, Love's an Illusion, and Steel Under Silk all on the same day? I don't think we've actually had that. Have we had that happen once before? And it was like, this is the best day of my life. Because it's just like, oh, fantastic. Because it's a Saturday that Steel Under Silk comes out. And so if the 2nd, the 12th, or the 22nd falls on a Saturday, then you get all three. But unfortunately they were on hiatus as well, so I'm like, god damn it. Anyway, at least Loves and Illusions giving it to me, so I'm gonna have a wee read of this and have a look at her sketches, so that'll be good. So I just got out of my bath. I had a really long bath. Like, I must have been in there for an hour, or more, I don't know. I just was, you know how, like, I took my book in there, I was like, okay, I'm gonna read this, and then I was like, I don't want to touch it with my wet hand, so I'll make sure I'm all dry, but then I'm afraid I'm gonna drop it into the bath. But instead I lie there with my phone in my hand, scrolling. Like, your book you don't want to get wet, but your phone is fine. Why am I like this? Anyway, I have lots of veg in this. I know it doesn't look it because there's like sausage there and an egg, but here I've got some sweet pepper and onion. I've also got some peas and carrots and sweet corn and some spring onion on top. Of my spicy ramen. You can barely see the ramen. But it's in there, trust me. So yeah, this is what I'm going to have for dinner. I really need something after the bath. The temperature's dropped, it feels a bit cold. I just feel like I needed to have like a me day, and this is what I'm after. So this is what I'm going to have. While I'm eating though, I think I will watch some Modazische, the animated version, because the first few episodes of the first season are available on WeTV, and because I've got the app I can just watch that. And I haven't watched it. I haven't watched any of the first season since 2019 when the third season came out. Just as the third season was coming out and the Untamed was out, and it was like I was reading it on fan translations, and it was just like an all Modazische all the time summer was the best. It was the best. So yeah, I'm gonna watch something, and that ticks off. I could watch a live. I could just watch the Untamed, couldn't I? I could just watch some of that. I have actually watched a few episodes. Was it like a couple of weeks ago? And I'm just like, you just kind of carry on. There's like 50 episodes. You could. So I might do that as well. But yeah, I think the animated version, there's only 4 episodes available, unfortunately, but then just move on to the Untamed. Wangibo. Enough said. So I'm going to be watching for my challenge the Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation, but it's the Q one, so it's the chibi one, and I've managed to set it up on my phone. I have WeTV app, although I'm not paying for the VIP at the moment. It might be worth it, I don't know. But I can cast it to my TV so I can watch this here. Good morning. So I was reading this yesterday, and I needed to finish this one today, so I didn't get them both done yesterday. I ended up watching the Q, Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation, but the Q version. And, you know, I think it was great. I loved it. But I was like, oh, this is going to be like an hour or something. Each of the episodes are 5 minutes long, maybe 5, 6 max. It's not going to take me that long. But there's 30 episodes. So, like, that's a lot. That's like a couple of hours. So yeah, it took a lot longer to watch. But I was having a good time, and it was part of my challenge, so I'm feeling good. I also got this done. So yeah, this morning I have a coffee and a little like cinnamon thing. It's probably quite dry because it's a couple of days old, but I should have eaten it already. Anywho, yeah, False Memories. So False Memories Volume 1, in terms of the treasure hunt, I got flowers, a tie, a glasses character, wheels, and a uniform. So not many things, and some of these things, if not all of them, I already have. And then with False Memories 2, we got uniform, flowers, underwear. It's a spicy volume then. Tie, glasses character, a love hotel, although nothing spicy happens in it, and a convenience store. But the convenience store, blink and you miss it. But I didn't blink, so I didn't miss it. So yeah, these are another 2. done, and a buddy read with Bazaar. So hopefully Bazaar enjoyed it. This is a reread for me, so I already knew the story. I kind of feel like this is not one of her strongest. Isaku Natsume's work is usually quite entertaining, but this is not my absolute favourite, but I do think it's an enjoyable one nonetheless. So I've given Hyperventilation a read. It didn't take me very long because it's... that was a smexy scene. They're all quite smexy scenes. This is based on an animation, and it's just like screenshots or cells from the animation that's put into make a kind of comic. It's kind of an old-fashioned thing to do, but it's something that was quite popular back in the day. But from that, I found a uniform underwear. I wasn't sure if it was tatami or not. When they went to their high school reunion, they were in a kind of barbecue grill place, and they all have to take their shoes off and step up. And that's usually where the tatami is. So I would assume it's tatami, but I can't be 100%. It's that colour, but maybe. They also end up in a motel, is what she calls it, from the back. There's like a map of where they are, and she calls it a motel with a wee heart. And I don't know about you, but that's a love hotel in Japan. Maybe they're just called motels in Korea. There's some flowers, and there's a little bit of a size difference. You get these kind of character information sheets at the back, which is quite good. So he's 6'1", and he's 5'10", so it's a little bit of a difference. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. I really would love a copy of it, like DVD or Blu-ray, because I don't have one, and I would like one. And it's sold a couple of times different ways. When it was first released, I think it was all kind of done by the person themselves, which is amazing. So yeah, another one done, and I'm glad I wanted to check this off because I knew it was going to be a fast one. So we'll move on to something that might take me a little bit longer. So I've managed to now finish Change World Volume 1 and 2 by Minaduki Yu. This is a buddy read, so I'm glad I was able to get it finished. It was on my list, and also because I've read Sayonara Game now, I'm up to date and read them all. So I need to get Love Nest, and then I think there's like another spin-off of Love Nest as well that's going to be released. So there's a lot more of this world to read and collect. So what did we get? Oh, so many. So Change World Volume 1, there was a tie, there was flowers, there was a kabedon, even though it was on a sofa. So it wasn't a kabe, but it was still a don, and I think that should count. And then we have was there condoms and lube? Yes. Glasses character, sports equipment, a uniform, animal ears, underwear, and cakes. So quite a lot from Volume 1. In Volume 2 we got tie, flowers, wheels, underwear, lube, and condoms. I found a strawberry! It's really difficult to spot. And I'm not entirely sure if it's 100% accurate as a strawberry. Maybe something else. But I'm assuming that it is due to the context. So I think I found a strawberry. But it's not as accurate as I would have liked. Animal ears, a uniform, and sports equipment. So some of the same things again, just because it's the same world and they seem to be inhabiting. So some of the same things repeated again. So yeah, Change World 1 and 2. I don't know what I'm going to read next, but I'm happy I got it done. I enjoyed this. This is just a continuation of their story. And then the introduction of a character to just mess with them. It seems like Hozumi's whole reason for existence is to be the antagonist for their relationship. That helps to kind of push their relationship on to another more stable, eventually more stable footing. But also, he's kind of obvious as the antagonist, and he was like such an antagonistic character it's kind of like, oh, well, he's going to be getting his own spin-off, which is the whole point of Love Nest. Love Nest is just Hozomi's spin-off story. So yeah. And I don't like when I enjoy the main story and then you get this antagonist and you're like, oh, damn it, they're going to be such an arse, and then the author's going to make them have a spin-off, and then I'm going to end up liking them and forgiving their arseholery. And I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to read Hozomi's story. I will. I do actually. But I don't know if I want to forgive him all his obviously evil ways, his machinations. But yeah, I'm feeling much better about this. I don't know what I'm going to read next. We shall see. So I've got it's quite a sausagey roll. There's 3 sausages and I've just cut them up into halves, and a cup of tea. And I have finished Manly Appetites Volume 3, the last in the series, by Mito, and this is a 7 Seas title, so it means I've completed this one collection and read, which is nice, and I did enjoy it and it was super cute, and this makes sense now. But yeah, so this is the story about Minagishi, who has a thing for Otsu, and Otsu, who kind of has a thing for Minagishi. He can see all of his positives and his plus points. He sees how hardworking he is just as much as he is naturally competent. This story really does remind me of Cherry Magic in that respect, where there's 2 people who work together in the same office and they interact, and one of them has the hots for the other and the other one comes round. It's that same premise, but this one has the bonus of food and a lack of fat shaming, which is great because I much prefer it when Otsu is happy and confident in himself, whereas Cherry Magic has the sort of supernatural element. This has a lot of food things and just all round. I think what was great about it was Tanaka, who's great, but here he's talking about how he's soft, and then he says that they're all soft. I picked it up right at this right page, didn't I? Well done me. And that's what I like. Like, all of the characters are just caring and loving towards each other, so it's just all round nice feelings. Just generally it's nice. It's just a nice feeling, and I did really enjoy it. It was really good. We also got quite a few things. What did we get? Ties, obviously, bubbles, as well as bubble tea, and I think that should count. Bubble tea. Flowers, cakes, chocolates, and a shrine. So there's quite a few little things in there, and I'm quite glad that I got chocolate. More than just the reference to it, there was actual chocolate. I think it was near the back. One of the final pages, there's a little thing about their filming of the, there you go, you can see the little chocolates there, with the wee like almond on top, biscuits and things, so cute. So yeah, in this last section they were talking about filming the animated shorts. So I then went and watched the 4 animated shorts. They're available on YouTube. Someone has put some English subs on, which is great. Very happy about that. So yeah, that was good. I got a bit of an anime and a manga read as well. So I also ended up watching another thing that was a short that I'd never heard of before, but I had to then go and do a bit of BL research, and it's what is it? Some like being taken. It's one of those cool Mick ones, and it's like what is it? Fudanshi Shotan? Is that what it's called? It's like a BL Fudanshi reborn in another world and fucked by a divine beast, something like that. You know, one of these cool Mick titles that has a really long sentence for a title that tells you basically what the whole premise of the thing is. The synopsis basically is the title. And there was a few like animated shorts, and they were up on YouTube as well, because I just watched these. They were like right next to it as a a recommendation. I was like, oh, what's that? I'm gonna click on that. I'm so behind the times on so many anime and things like that. Anime, drama, and what I'm seeing is other people reading stuff and doing stuff, and I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. Oh, that's right. Oh, that's today. Oh, yeah. Like the Heartstopper thing as well. Like, oh, that's this week, isn't it? Like I knew, but I've forgotten. Anyway, I've got a couple of new, because this is a new purchase and I want to get through my new purchases as much as possible. So I really want to get through, before I go back to doing some rereads, I really want to get some reads done. So for the rest of today, I'm going to try and do The Case Files of Julie Richard Volume 1. This is a 70s title. And Don't Be Cruel, Yonezo Nekota, that's a Sublime title. So these are the two that I really want to get done today. I don't want to push myself too hard. I am feeling a little bit stressed and overwhelmed because I'm not posting myself as much as I would want to, because I've got some other things as well, and I've got emails and things I need to get sorted out. Real life, god damn it, real life, kind of taking too much of my time. And also I'm hoping that something gets delivered today and then I can take the photo, because it might be a little bit late and I need to take the photo for today's Instagram challenge. I need to get that done. And I have in my mind what I want to do, which is today's Instagram challenge is the favourite 2023 release so far. I think, what day are we on? Is today the 4th? Is today the 5th? Is today the 4th or the 5th? I better check. I feel so like... Anyway, these are the two that I'm going to read today, and I have watched a few episodes of The Untamed as well. I watched anime, 4 episodes of the anime as well. It was nice to be back. I was like, oh, I really want to... So I might invest in VIP, but I'm thinking, no, don't. You've got other things to do. Do not waste your money on that. You've already seen it. Do it when you're... Do it later on. Don't do it just now. So yeah. But I need to take the plastic off of this one. So I might start with Julia Richard as a read. The next read for today. Okay. So, just had 2 parcels arrive. I did not expect this, but then I probably should have. So, I won't open that just now because this is the one I'm expecting. This is the one that I hope is in good condition. So let's open this one and then take a picture of it, even if I haven't read it yet. I know it's going to be part of the photo. So yeah, let's have a wee photograph. But let's open this first. Okay, let's see. It's a little bit wonky, a bit janky. There we go. Take it off. Hopefully it's okay. Hopefully this is what I think it is. I think it is. Hopefully it's in good condition. Yay! Now, as you know, I am someone who generally buys things, see a little bit, this is from the packaging, buys things as soon as I can get a really good price for them. And I didn't pre-order this, which made me feel very uncomfortable. But then they put the price down almost instantly to $5.99, which is the price I was aiming to get it at. Because this is volume 8 and we've got volume 9 coming out, and that'll be the final volume. So I haven't read this, it's brand new, I'm excited. It's kind of come out around the same time. I know a lot of people have already got theirs. It did come out a little while ago, not too long ago. So it should say, so the adverts, July 2023. So this is a 2023 release, but so is volume 7 and volume 8. And that's what's going to be in the photograph. So I'm going to go and grab my flowers and dry the ends, put them on a nice white background and take a photograph of, apparently they're supposed to be looking at each other. Is that what someone said? Something about the cover work. Yeah. Ida on this cover and Aoki on volume 7 cover are meant to be facing each other. So please do hold them up that way too, so that they're supposed to be looking at each other going, looking gorgeous. Oh, that's so cute! So yeah, this is going to be my photo for 2023, but I need to check on the Instagram. It is today, right? Did I forget a day? I feel like I've missed a day. Anyway, I'm going to go get volume 7 and 6 as well, because they were both released in 2023 as well. So I have just posted, so I'm going to put this to the side. Let's have a look at what I got. Oh no. Oh, this was the purchase that I'm surprised. I'm not, okay, let's talk properly. I'm not sure if all of the books that I ordered are going to fit in this package. And if that's the case, then are they damaged in any way? I'll be a bit disappointed. Also, I didn't mean to buy these, but they were on special. So I'm just going to see if they all come out. Oh, Jaja. Let's see, are they all right? Oh, there we go. That's volume 2 and volume 3 of The Vampire and His Pleasant Companions. So I'm very happy because I have volume 1 and now I can read volume 2 and volume 3. Oh no, I'm not going to be able to read. I'm not going to be able to read it. Read them in this week. If I add them to my TBR, I will feel so overwhelmed. Plus, volume 4 is needed, and also it's been a while since volume 4 came out, and I think even in Japan it hasn't. So we're waiting on a volume 5, etc. from Marimo Ragawa and Narise Konohara in Japan as well. So there we go. They're in pretty good condition. I think these were £6, something like £6.30, something like that. So yeah, volumes 2 and 3, they're quite chunky actually, quite chunky boys. A little bit different colouring there, so maybe that's just how it was, or I can maybe polish that up and clean it a wee bit with a bit of coconut oil, because that usually makes the books smell delicious as well as look shiny, and I think this one could just do with a wee bit more shine. This one's looking absolutely fabulous. Pretty much brand new, no damage, so fantastic. So far this is my haul for the day. Pretty good. I'm excited. This one though is gonna go straight to the top of my TBR. I will probably just drop everything and read this. I might even pick up volume 7 and do a quick reread just to get me. Oh yeah, because volume 7 was when they went to Kyoto, and then there was the ghost and the. Oh man, that was good. So yeah, I might just read that just for the fun, and then read volume 8. So I finished volume 1 of The Case Files of Julie Richard by Mika Akatsuki, Nanako Tsujimura, and Utako Yukihiro. This is 7 Seas title, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I have watched the animated version, and therefore none of this was new material to me, but it was very fun and interesting to revisit this story because it's been such a long time. But I have to say, out of all of the Julie Richard story, and I know not all of it was made into the animated version, especially when it comes to the live, the novel version versus the manga, and I don't know what the difference is between those two, but when it comes to the episodes of the anime that I have watched these ones probably more than once. The first 2 to 3 episodes I watched, and then I kind of dropped the anime for a while because I thought this is a good one, but it's kind of one that you want to binge the whole series, and I completely forgot about it for ages and ages and ages. And then someone posted on Twitter that they were desperately sad because it was the last episode of the series, and I was like, perfect, I'll go back and rewatch it. So I went back and rewatched the same 2 or 3 episodes that I had watched previously, so I know this story, especially this first one, very well, and I remember it. But that still didn't, have the full sense of the manga. There was things about it that I'm like, oh, that's right, oh, but there was bits that still surprised me and made me laugh. Especially, I forgot a few things, like Richard's love of sweets, and how many sweets and cakes and things is part of the story, and also Seigi's complete and utter lack of tact he literally just says what he's thinking, and what he's thinking is how much he finds Richard attractive, and so he just says it all the time. I forgot about that. I remember thinking the first couple of episodes, yeah, it's kind of like, oh, I can see who we're supposed to be shipping here, but this isn't really a BL story. This is a story about, you know, two male characters who happen to be working together. You know, it's that kind of incidentally bromance. But by the end of it, the season, when I watched them all, I was like, oh yeah, this is gay. Oh, this is hella gay. And it's things like this, when he's he's mad at him, and he still says, man, even when you're frowning, you look ridiculously handsome. Just little things like that. So I did enjoy it quite a lot. When he was bawling his eyes out, that was quite funny. And he says something, what was it? That's unsightly. Pull yourself together. Just little things made me laugh out loud. There was the moment, and I'd forgotten all about this story, when this man says something so utterly dismissive, that you're like, God, no way could she marry him. How horrendous. There's comeuppance. Anyway, it's a very interesting one. It does make me want to get the rest of the series a little bit sooner than I previously had kind of planned. So I'm just like, well, it'll go higher on the priority list than before, but that's because it's kind of gay. I like that about it. But it's also, I would say this is like a cross between Holic and Antique Bakery, which I just read recently. It has that sort of feel to it. There's an atmosphere. I'm trying to think, there's a couple of other things that it kind of reminds me of, but it has a sort of atmosphere about it. And Holic from Clamp and Antique Bakery from Fumi Yoshinaga, it's like a marry of the two, with something else added, and I can't quite think of the third thing, but it'll come to me after I've said this. Anyway, what have we got? What did we find? Well, we found strawberry, pretty straightforward, early on. When they're on the Shinkansen, they get different things to eat, and this is what Seigi eats, and this is what Richard eats, and this is like one of those fruit sandwiches with all the cream in it. That usually, I'm assuming that's what it is, because it looks like strawberries and like pieces of persimmon and kiwi and that kind of thing. But if I'm wrong, let me know. But that's what I remember him being, someone with a very sweet tooth. So strawberries, there's lots of flowers, lots of ties, obviously, lots of cake, shrine, convenience store, blink and you miss it, a convenience store, and wheels. So I think that's everything from Julie Richard, Volume 1. And I will move on to my next read. So, good morning. It is Saturday. So we are now officially halfway through. We've done 4 days. We've got today, tomorrow, Monday and Tuesday. So another 4 days. So I'm halfway through. And I'm thinking, this vlog is either going to be super long or super, super long. So I might split it up. So if that's the case, this is the last thing you're going to see that I've read, which is a reread of Volume 7, because I wanted to just be 100% in the mood and prepped for Volume 8, and also because I remembered Volume 7 was just chef's kiss perfect. So yeah, I have reread Volume 7 and I have now read Volume 8. What I did plan to do was read Volume 10, or reread Volume 10 and go on to Volume 11. I haven't done that. And I also am a little behind on this. I don't know which section I'm at. I think I'm still, maybe I'm at section 3 or 4, but I'm behind. So I need to do a bit of that today, which means probably won't get as much manga read either. Anyway, what did we get? What did we get for these? Volume 7 was great. We had quite a few things. Obviously a uniform and tie. It's like there on the cover. But we also had the tatami room that they stayed at the hotel, and it's a normal hotel, not a love hotel. There was traditional dress with the yukatas that they wore when they come out of the bath, or when they, I think it was in the second story with Hashimoto, she was wearing, you know, yukata and that kind of thing for the fireworks that didn't happen. It was also supernatural, which I totally forgot that would count. There was a little ghost. Flowers, wheels, cake. I think that was everything. Yes. So there's actually quite a few things in this volume 7. It's just super cute. And yes, if they were looking at each other, I'm like, oh, squee. This makes me squee. This makes me squee. That's how good it is. And then we've got volume 8, which was really good. Oh, it was really good. Oh, I forgot. Probably in this one. Pet? Maybe. I'd have to see if Mamitaro is in this. I totally forgot Mamitaro's a pet. So I'd need to, there he is. Yeah, so Pet should be in that one as well. I'm gonna have to write that down because Pet is in here and I was like, I totally forgot. Anyway, uniform tie, chocolate, flowers, shrine, wheels, strawberry, a very good strawberry. Not a pretend almost, do you think it's a strawberry, but an actual 100% strawberry. A traditional dress, Pet. The one here though, it's not boyfriend shirt, it's boyfriend sweater. So the true 100% boyfriend shirt is when someone is wearing their boyfriend's shirt and nothing else. Bare legs, the shirt is just hanging low enough to give them a sense of modesty, but it's still sort of erotic in some way. But in this case, Aoki put on Ida's jumper, his sweater, to make him smell like him, and I'm like, that is the essence as well. There's this sort of essence. So I put it down as a boyfriend sweater rather than a boyfriend shirt because it's not 100%, and I'm still on the lookout for that. So if this is the end of this vlog, which I'm not sure if it might be, I might have to split it up even more because it's super long already, then I have got everything in the treasure hunt bingo board except for a fan. I can't find a fan unless there's one. Like I don't know, did I look in here for the images? But then which ones have I seen already? Like, I need a fan. So yeah, so far I have read quite a few things I'm very happy with, but no fans. I haven't come across a fan. Unless you've read some of these titles and you found a fan, let me know. Because yeah, I haven't found a fan. That's the only one I haven't come across. Yeah, so I'm a little bit like, so I still need to keep going for another 4 days anyway, because I want to, but also I need to be on the lookout for a fan. So yeah, but this was a perfect way to end this vlog, if this vlog is ending here, because I love this so much. This is a brilliant series, and yes, I did feel all the feels for volume 8, and laughed and joked, and it was just hilarious, but it was also sweet and loving, and just so good. And also at the end of it, I did feel really sad because we've only got one more volume left, volume 9, that's coming out later this year, and then that's it. And this is almost a perfect manga. I do think this is a perfect manga. I think this is right up there, top tier. So yeah, Aruko and Wataru Hinekure, because you got to have, it was just a panel that I really loved. I can't remember which panel it was, and it was in this one, and it was just his look, and I thought that's fantastic. The artist is doing such a great job, but then I thought the writing has to be great as well, and that's where all the comedy comes in, because a lot of the story will be storyboarded as well. So It's just, they're very good together. This was a really excellent one. I have not watched the drama, the live action drama, and I would love to, but I don't want to watch it until I finish the manga. So I don't know if that's going to impact in any way, or if the live action's just part of the story. But I kind of want to wait until Volume 9 is out and I have read Volume 9 before I watch the live action, just because there's a sense of completion there. And I know that I will end up loving the live action just as much, if not more. It'll be like, it's there, it's alive, But yeah, My Love Mix-Up is just such a great story. And it's, and I still think it's kind of ironic that one of the best BLs is a shoujo beat title. But in the same way, it's not, because we all know that BL came from shoujo. It is just an offshoot. It's just a branch of shoujo. So if you like shoujo manga, you really should also, you know, give BL a chance. Give BL a chance. Yeah, this is so popular for a reason. Anyway, I've gushed enough. This is my breakfast for Saturday. I've got a lot of cleaning to do, and I want to try and see if I can edit some of this video. Anyway, so yeah, if this is the end of the vlog, thanks for watching. I've read a lot, but I feel better seeing it as a stack. I hadn't stacked them up, and I was feeling really like, oh, I'm not getting through my TBR. And then I remembered, your TBR is huge, and it kept getting me anxiety. But now I see this as a stack. I'm like, you've actually read quite a lot in the 4 days so far, so you're doing well. So my first read will be a reread and a new volume 11 for Don't Be Cruel, just because I need to get that done. I really need to. I love Nemagasa and Maya so hot. And I do need to continue this. So that's my continuation of my prose. So yeah, thanks for watching to the end of this video. If you did, wow, because I'm assuming it's gonna be super long. I'm so sorry. I think I will actually do like a proper wrap-up video at the end of the readathon and just go through everything that I read and do that kind of video as well, because I don't feel like I've probably talked plenty, but I don't think I've actually given the synopsis of all of these things. So yeah, something a little bit more concise. So yeah, thanks for watching to the end of the video. I hope you've been enjoying the readathon so far. I hope you're continuing if this video goes up. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Yeah, and maybe even do this again next year. I've had a great time. I've been stressed, but I've been enjoying it, because the pressure I'm putting on myself is just me. So yeah. Yeah, thanks for watching. Take care, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!